I got hair.
Cut it off.
Is everybody ready? Everybody quiet? Okay, all right. Please rise. The Court of the Second Judicial Circuit Criminal Division is now in session. The Honorable Judge Hartnell presiding.
Everyone but the jury may be seated. Dr. Kate Rosser, please swear in the jury.
Please raise your right hand.
Who's the jury?
You guys are the jury.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will truly listen to this case and render a true verdict and a fair sentence as to this defendant?
Yeah. I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good.
You may be seated.
Court is in session. Members of the jury, your duty today will be to determine whether the defendant is guilty or not guilty based only on the facts and evidence provided in this case. The prosecution must prove that a crime was committed and that the defendant is the person who committed the crime. However, if you are not satisfied of the defendant's guilt to that extent, then reasonable doubt exists and the defendant must be found not guilty. Dr. Kate Rosser, what is today's case?
Your Honor, today's case is Aquaman versus Martian Manhunter.
Is the prosecution ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prosecution, you may give your opening statement.
Your Honor, members of the jury, my name is Wonder Woman, and I am representing Aquaman in this case. I intend to prove that on the date of April 16, 2015, Superhero Weekly published a libelous claim about my client. The claim came directly from Martian Manhunter's mouth and has been posted on social media for all to see. Superhero Weekly is a well-known, well-respected publication that reaches thousands of civilians. Aquaman's reputation is in serious jeopardy because of this inaccurate claim. Please find Martian Manhunter guilty of libelous defamation of character. Thank you, Your Honor.
Defense, you may give your opening statement.
Your Honor, members of the jury, my name is the Green Lantern, and I am representing Martian Manhunter in this case. I intend to prove that on the day of April 16, 2015, my client simply posted a photo to which him and others was simply comedic in nature and no harm was intended. My client and the plaintiff have been friends in the past, and this situation has simply been blown out of proportion. Please find Martian Manhunter not guilty of libelous defamation of character. Thank you.
Prosecution, you may call your first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call my client Aquaman to the stand.
Aquaman sucks!
Aquaman, quiet in the court. Will the witness please stand to be sworn in by the bailiff?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please state your name for the courts.
Aquaman.
Aquaman, what do you do for a living?
I am a full-time superhero as well as a philanthropist.
Do you participate in any extracurriculars?
I have established I have established a charity that's main focus is to relocate captive animals into their native habitat. I can also be found teaching Sunday school classes every Sunday morning, and I also offer free to the public swim lessons because teaching a person how to swim and survive in an aquatic environment is the most important thing.
Can you explain what exactly was published in Superhero Weekly?
Oh my, where do I begin? I sat down for my morning chai tea when all of a sudden I pick up my issue of Superhero Weekly only to see myself stabbing and piercing one of my own very whales. It was just awful. It was the worst thing that could have ever happened to me. I was extremely angry as well as very grievous, for I'm a very passionate man.
Why does this claim affect you so dramatically?
I feel that the thousands upon thousands of readers that saw this issue, if they had picked it up, would have seen me in a darker light and may future look at me like that. And I just could not have that. And I think that anyone who knows me remotely would agree that I, in fact, would never lay a finger on aquatic life whatsoever.
Can you give the judge and jury a little insight into your relationship with Martian Manhunter?
We were initially very tight, close buds, roommates, co-workers. In fact, until as of lately, I would have trusted the man with my life. But these days, he's been nothing but the sand in my wetsuit, and I can never stand the mention of his name.
Why do you think Martian Manhunter would benefit from making these false claims about you?
I feel that in a sick and twisted way, he gets off on it. I don't know what I have done. So many frustrations I feel. He's a bad egg, a bad friend. He wants nothing but to damage my reputation. Rumor has it he even wants me booted out of the League of Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
So, Aquaman, tell me again why you feel like the defendant is upset with you?
I honestly haven't a clue. The dishes are always done. I have the manta rays mopping floors every Monday. I keep the house very tidy. I'm very respectable, always mind my manners. Really, he just turned on me one day, and I haven't a clue in the ocean as to why.
Is it not true, though, that your main weapon looks just like a harpoon?
That is correct. However, as an enforcer of justice, I am required to have a tool that allows me to complete my daily duties on the job. And I feel that it's only a weapon when in the wrong hands, and I feel that my hands are more than plenty capable of wielding a trident responsibly.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Prosecution, you may call your second witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I call to the stand Lois Lane.
Will the witness please remain standing to be sworn in by the bailiff?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Lois Lane, what do you do for a living?
I'm a writer for Superhero Weekly.
And can you explain your relationship with Martian Manhunter?
Martian Manhunter and I have been friends on Facebook for 4 years.
And where did you get the information concerning Aquaman's personal life?
I discovered the information through Martian Manhunter's Facebook page.
And why did you publish it in your magazine?
I felt it was a newsworthy story.
Did you know that he was joking?
Not at all.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Miss Lane, have you heard of Photoshop?
Yes, of course.
And did you not think it was obvious that the photograph that Martian Manhunter posted on Facebook was Photoshop?
Well, I mean...
Right. And did you really think that Aquaman would kill a whale?
Well, no, but...
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Can you step down? Defense, you may call your witness.
Thank you. I call to the stand Martian Manhunter.
Will the witness please remain standing to be sworn in by the bailiff?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Please state your name to the court.
I'm the Martian Manhunter.
Thank you. The plaintiff claims that you're upset with him. Is this true?
I would say that I am slightly upset with Aquaman. Yes.
Okay. Why would that be?
Aquaman decides it's okay to use as much water as he pleases, and he doesn't mop up the floor after spilling. He constantly mixes drinks with all the water in the house, and he decides to leave the sink on in between rinsing his hands.
And although you're upset with him for the obvious overuse of the water in your shared housing, would you ever intentionally cause him harm?
Absolutely not.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
The prosecution may cross-examine the witness.
Judge, do I have permission to present recording and photo evidence?
Proceed.
People of the jury, I present to you the Facebook post directly from Martian Manhunter's page, as well as recordings from his blog.
Dear Diary, August 13th, 2015. Aquaman has crossed me for the last time. He has filled up the bathtub again and is pretending he's having a tiki party, but I don't see any guests coming to the party. Nobody has RSVP'd me, that's for sure. I need to find a way to get Aquaman out of the house. I can't deal with his overly exaggerated baths anymore, or his mixed beverages with his crystal light. We'll see how the world likes it when he's found poaching whales on the cover of Superheroes Weekly.
Can you explain this?
I just thought it was a joke and I posted it in my own personal space.
Thank you, Your Honor. No further questions.
Both the prosecution and the defense have now rested their case. The attorneys will now present their final arguments. Prosecution, you may begin.
Thank you, Your Honor. Members of the jury. Today you have heard and seen evidence concerning libelous claims made against my client. As we proceed in this trial, I would like you to keep in mind that Aquaman is a reputable public figure. Children look up to him, parents want to be him. He would never hurt his own kind. Aquaman did nothing to deserve this malicious attack. Social media sites are not personal diaries. Information posted is taken seriously and can be very harmful. Please find the defendant, Martian Manhunter, guilty of libelous defamation of character. Thank you.
Defense, you may proceed with your closing argument.
Thank you, Your Honor. Members of the jury, today you have heard testimony about my client, Martian Manhunter, as well as his longtime friend, Aquaman. I would like to remind you of some important information that you should consider in your decision. Please remember that Aquaman did in fact raise the water bill considerably with his unreasonable amount of baths. Aquaman and Martian Manhunter have been friends for a long time, and friends do in fact fight. And Martian Manhunter did testify that he would never intentionally harm his friend Aquaman. Please find the defendant not guilty of libelous defamation of character. Thank you.
Members of the jury, you have heard all of the testimony concerning this case. It is now up to you to determine the facts. You and you alone are the judges of the fact. Once you decide which facts the evidence proves, you must then apply the law as I give it to you, to the facts as you find them. In just a moment, the bailiff will take you to the jury room to consider your verdict. One of the first things you'll want to do is select a foreperson. It will be the foreperson's duty to sign the verdict form when you have agreed on a verdict. Whatever verdict you render must be unanimous, which means that each and every person must agree on the same verdict. The bailiff will now escort you to the deliberation room.
So this is the deliberation room. So you guys want to maybe come up with something real quick? All the votes you saw?
Guilty.
Is it unanimous?
Who says guilty? Raise your hand. Not guilty?
Oh.
Yeah.
Bold statement.
So that means then we can work as a group to off these people, or change their opinion.
Don't do it.
Why, Jeff?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, Robin.
I don't know, Jeff. Why do you think?
Why, Jeff?
Are you even thinking?
No, I think, I don't think there's really a case against, commitment to Lewis for very,
I think
Don't
the
look at me.
recording in which he said, "How will the world see him when he's poaching whales?" Mwah!
Yeah, that's what I
And a maniacal laugh. That definitely says to me that
straw.
he has intent to be malicious. I see malicious intent in him.
What's Aquaman teaches Sunday school?
Yeah.
You have one more person then.
Oh, no, I agree. I think he's with me.
Well, she was an easy
I was
comment.
confused on the subject.
It's okay.
Legitimate.
Should we revote? Who finds
Come on, Jeff.
guilty?
Hang in.
Okay. Decision is unanimous.
Well,
No.
basically, yeah.
Still have some.
Have you reached a verdict?
Yes,
Yes, Your Honor.
What say you?
We find the defendant, the Martian Manhunter, guilty as charged.
Thank you, jury, for your service today. Martian Manhunter is required to pay Aquaman $1 million in seaweed and krill. Court is